back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited to get into today's reading because today we are doing a what makes you attractive, what makes you irresistible, what makes you desirable, why do people want you, romantic interest, why do people find you attractive, strangers, anyone and everyone. We're going to get into their perspective of you and what makes you attractive. So per usual, my Etsy shop is always linked in the description below if you would like your own private tarot reading with me. Other than that, pause the video if you need more time if I speed through these piles, and you can pick more than one pile in all of my readings. And also all of my readings are timeless. So we have group 1 with the Sunstone. Group 2 with the Zebra Stone. Group 3 with the Sodalite. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of like a navy color, dark blue Sodalite. And then group 4, we have the Apatite Stone. So yeah, take as much time as you need with the piles, but we're just gonna get right into it. All right, group 1 with the Sunstone. Let's get right into your reading. What makes you attractive, group 1? We are going to get into that today. So let's see what archetypes come out for you. Spirit, what is their major energy that makes them very attractive? We got the Mother, okay? So it looks like you guys are very nurturing and very naturally warm. Oh my God. You know what's funny? I was gonna say, I was hearing Rihanna and I was feeling her energy, and it's so funny because what makes her so enigmatic is that she can be very friendly. She's very friendly, fun. She can be a bit childlike and playful, you know, it's funny, that kind of thing, but also a femme fatale indeed. So it's funny that I heard that, and then that's the contrast that literally comes out for you guys. So the Mother is first. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. So you guys are very creative. This is something that makes you attractive. Also, I'm hearing solutions. It's like you guys always have a solution. So say you're, you know, dating someone, just getting to know them, and you know, you're in that process of, you know, sharing what makes you you, sharing things about each other. This person, they bring up something, they're like, yeah, I've hit a wall creatively. I'm thinking of just, you know, throwing in the towel and not being an artist anymore, and trying to, you know, maybe go through a corporate transition where I move to a more of a corporate life versus, you know, the art I've been doing. You guys are the type of people to immediately be like, well, there's this solution. Like, you guys are big on actionables. There's this solution we can take. Maybe you just need to get excited again. Maybe you need to try a different form of art. Like, you guys are very quick on your feet with solutions. And it's funny because the energy that I get from you is a little anxious or nervous, almost like when it comes to doing that for yourself, though, for whatever reason, that's darn near impossible for some of you. But when it comes to being that person for other people, oh my goodness, you guys come through with the solutions. You come through with the support. You're that friend that will give someone a pep talk that will just transform their life. But when it comes to you and your own goals, you may find that you energetically kind of hit a wall a lot. So there's a contrast that I'm feeling. And I saw a video the other day on YouTube. I didn't watch it, but it did show up on my feed. And the title was called The Return of the Tumblr Girl. And I didn't watch the whole video, but you know how YouTube now like will start playing the video if you're scrolling, if you have like the update. It was like that, so it started to play. So I watched like a few minutes of it, and then I just kept scrolling. But what it was talking about is people's attraction to sad people. For whatever reason, especially if you're this Mother archetype, people are attracted to people who don't see the best in themselves because, you know, from an outside looking in, I don't know why, it's just so much easier to help other people. than it is to help yourself. But it's interestingly enough coming up that people like that about you. They like that you're that supportive friend, and they also like that they can see the things in you, because that gives them the opportunity to return the favor, to return the admiration, and do the same for you. And at the end of the day, we all love when we feel like we have purpose, when we feel useful. So it's like you have this ability to make people see the beauty in themselves, but also they can return the favor to you, and it makes them feel good. And even though you do it just so well, it's like you always have the right things to say, or you always have like these actionables, like you can pull an idea out of the ethers for people. They love that at least on some level they can do that for you as well, and that almost makes them feel like they have a little bit of the coolness that you guys have, because they do feel like there's something to return. So there's this very interesting energy with you guys, group 1. Specifically, in interpersonal relationships, people feel very, very, very drawn to you. They feel like you pull things out of them that other people just don't, you know? So, and then we have the femme fatale. This one highlights your erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So when people are denied by other people, you know what? You guys may be the type of person that your exes always come back and they always tell you about what the next person did to them. Have you ever experienced that? Especially if you've dated at least a few people. I feel like for whatever reason, when you have a crush on people, or when you date someone, you're always that safe space, that place of home you can, you know, people can kind of always return back to. And again, it's a very enigmatic contrast I have for you guys, group 1, because your energy is like, it's very contrasting. There's so many parts of yourself. People feel like when they can be close to you, they can kind of explore a world, you know? It's like you're not just a person, you're a whole world that they get to explore, like a frequency that they don't have access to in their normal life. There's many layers to you, and people love that. You're kind of like a Pandora's box where you can like spend so much time just exploring through you. Okay, so we have gossip. So another thing that makes you attractive is you always got the tea. Like you always know something funny or have something funny to say. I feel like you guys are very like, you poke fun at your friends. So you guys may not have like friendships with people who are too sensitive, because I feel like a part of what makes things funny is that you gotta poke fun at something or someone, you know, like, so there's an energy here of that too. But I feel like you guys are a great friend and confidant, and that is what makes you attractive, because you're someone who is truly different. Truly different. Your frequency is not like other people. I'm telling you, like, people are so they attach to you very, very quickly. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust, is what it says. A gossip, you're that friend, that person that people can tell things to. And it's like you can relate or empathize with almost any situation. We have light attributes, facilitates spiritual commitments and serves as a channel of spiritual energy. One more thing I was getting about gossip, my ear started to ring right before I picked up the priest card in the left side. So you're someone who receives a lot of information about other people. It's like, you know, everybody's tea. So to be your best friend is like, it's just so fun. It's so fun. I feel like you know at least one person in every walk of life. You know, an artist, you know, someone who's, you know, like, I don't know how to explain this. You know, people who do the corporate thing, you know, people who do the, you know, the artistic thing. You have so many different kinds of friends. You have the ability to relate and to be friends with any and everyone. The priest facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. That's exactly what I was saying before, because your energy is really different, group 1. It's not, it's really like there's a whole universe inside of you. What's that song by Alina Baraz? It's like, is it called Undress You? I don't remember. But she says, in the song No No No, I bet you never knew that there's a universe inside of you. Like, you're the awakener. There's a lot of Uranus energy that I'm getting here, because it's like you awaken all of the senses of people, and it's just like you're so different and so interesting. And I feel like people either have one of two reactions with you. They either snuggle up to you, make friends with you, and they always keep you as someone important in their life, or they run away from you because they don't feel like they have anything that they can add to someone like you. Like, they don't feel like they can amount to the connection, even though you have the ability to see the beauty in people. If they don't truly believe that, they may feel really, really good when they're with you, and when people are with you, like, you can tell that they're having a good time and darn near falling in love, and they seem so open and vulnerable. But once they're alone back home and they don't feel like that about themselves, it's almost like they run away from you as if you had lied to them. Like, they just don't believe it. So there's kind of like, I feel like with you guys, there is a middle ground, but that middle ground only happens with people who haven't been awakened by you, people who don't really know you. With people who you really have a vulnerable moment with, they either run away or they latch on. People who don't really know you, like, those are the people who are able to maintain you in their life without feeling like they have to have this adverse reaction by being super clingy or super like fleeting, because they haven't been awakened by you. But I'm telling you guys, your energy is very intense. People may naturally be intimidated by you, but also so drawn to you. You know what I mean? It's like in the beginning when I was talking about Rihanna, like, doesn't being cussed out by Rihanna seem like the most terrifying thing? But at the same time, you know, a lot of people are obsessed with her. They don't know why, because not just because she's, oh my God, so pretty. Like, she's repping hard for big forehead gang. She doesn't have perfect teeth. I'm trying to pick up a card. She doesn't have, you know, perfect teeth. She's not perfect, but it's energy. It's energy. And you guys definitely have that energy. It's a lot to take, you know. I feel like you may have an Aries moon or an Aries rising. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Wands, exactly. So it's not that people are scared of you, it's they're intimidated by you. Because if the Ace of Wands is upright, that's kind of a, you know, pretty aggressive energy. And I feel like, you know, when it comes to conflict, you may be someone to resolve it right away. I don't feel like you guys like to sit and be uncomfortable. That may be something that bothers you. It's like, we could easily move past this if we could have a conversation instead of being upset with each other all day. So I don't get a very like confrontational energy from you where you're like, you know, mean, beyond like humor. But still with this Ten of Wands, it's very heavy, your energy, because you have the ability to set people free. What you guys are going to have to learn is how to be responsible with that power. Because if you can't give people actionables to reprogram them, you got to have that higher perspective and have that responsibility as a spiritual person. If you don't have time to give people actionables to reprogram them, don't even have the conversation with them, you know, because that's what makes people go crazy. Like, for an example, say you knew the key to life. You tell someone the key to life, but you don't tell them how to get there. You know, you got to gatekeep that information. You got to gatekeep yourself. And unless someone, you know, makes it clear that they're going to be in your life for a long time, I really feel like you have to be discerning with your energy, group one, because, you know, it can end up being so unfair to you. Like, people could, you know, end up hating you when you've done the most to protect them and to give them useful information. We have the Two of Cups in reverse. I feel like you guys may struggle in love, and it's just because people don't want to, like, if someone's not ready to surrender to the higher version of themselves, you shouldn't show that to them. Why? Because then they'll just hate themselves for not doing it. Or they'll start trying to use you because they see that you have all this information, you know, you know, they just want to use you to get to the highest version of themselves. Like, I feel like you guys may have done that before too, where you've, you know, really leveled someone up in a relationship, built them up just for them to leave you. Be mindful of people's intentions, and you have to gatekeep the information. You have to gatekeep your own energy in itself, because you guys are so powerful. And it's not that I don't feel like you know it, but I don't feel like you've channeled this energy to where it works for you. 100%. We got the Ace of Wands in reverse, Six of Wands in reverse. I don't feel like you guys want to be a teacher. Queen of Swords in reverse. I get an energy with you guys where it's like you just want to live a happy life. And that's also another thing that makes you very attractive, because people love the fact that you don't take yourself too seriously, and you can be comfortable having a simple life. Even though if you really wanted to, you could be like, I don't know, at the top of your game, whatever you're interested in, you know, like if you're an artist, you could be you can end up super famous. You just have that it quality. You really do. But from your energy, like, people admire the fact that you are so connected. I feel like you have maybe an earth moon too. It's funny, I was saying fire moon, but maybe an earth moon or some heavy earth placements in your chart, specifically Capricorn, I'm feeling. I feel like you guys, dang it, what was I just saying? I hate when I do that. What was I just saying? Oh, you guys have the ability to anchor this energy and to be content with the way things are. So even though you know how to completely turn your life around, other people's lives around, you can also accept the way things are and be happy as you are. And a lot of people are chasing happiness, chasing love, and that's something that naturally comes to you because of who you are. I do feel like you attract a lot of people who want more for themselves subconsciously, but aren't ready to apply it. Like, there's an energetic attraction that people have to you. And I feel like you're someone that people never forget. Like, they always remember you. They always think about you. A lot of people see you as the one that got away. If not already, when you guys get older, you're going to notice a lot of people are going to come back into your life, and they're going to tell you, like, I wish I took advantage of the relationship when I could. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean, like, I wish I surrendered to a higher version of myself that would have been in alignment with you. I wish we would have got an opportunity to really see, everything through of what could have been between us. Like, you're going to experience quite a bit of that. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Hangman in reverse. So you have this energy of not giving up. You get what you want. And I feel like you get what you want based off your belief, group one. So the most important thing for you to do is to work on truly believing that anything is possible. Work on believing that anything is possible. I would make your own subliminals to work on that. But being just in a state of trust and belief is what's going to bring you your most power in this lifetime. Let's see what else we get. That's what's going to bring you the most money too. Being in a natural state of belief and attraction. You guys aren't really meant to work. You're not meant to like, I feel like you're very determined, and when you want something, you go get it, but you're not meant to, like, be a super hustler. That's not the way things, if you look back on your childhood, it's like you've just always gotten what you wanted naturally. Returning back to that space is going to be where you attract the most wealth and money. Is just a message coming through. Five of Cups, I feel like you've lost your childlike quality. And I feel like it's because of the experiences you've had in relationships. It's kind of made you see where having that super optimistic childlike quality can be counterintuitive, because you've tried to share yourself with people who just aren't a match energetically. And I feel like that was the lesson, but something you took away from it is like, oh, I just shouldn't be this way. You know what I mean? Because of a relationship that you want now. Okay, what I'm saying is I feel like you guys are ready to be in a relationship, and this isn't a relationship reading. You may be in a relationship, or for those of you who are single, this is just this very heavy, specific message coming through for you. The last person or the last few people that you dealt with, Spirit put those people specifically in your path for you to learn something specific. But now that you've already learned those lessons, returning back to the place where you're just in your natural energy of belief and experience, it's not even belief. I don't feel like you had this much faith in yourself. I don't feel like it was anything you ever even thought about. It's just like you attracted opportunities to you. You were happy naturally. Returning back to that place and separating the lesson is going to be important for you to move forward, is something coming through, because I feel like you guys are struggling with money or love, and it's because you're trying to change yourself based on your last lesson that served a very specific purpose. So now it's like, you know, you're teetering, you're trying to come back to your place of where you were originally before whatever had went down, where you're just in a state of being, ergo attraction. You know, that was a very specific message. If it resonated with you, then you're going to know what that means. If it didn't resonate, then just ignore that, because that was something coming through so super strong. I feel like you guys are star seeds, and I even feel like star seed, unfortunately, is a cheap word to use to explain you guys, because you're so otherworldly. And I don't mean you wear alien makeup, and I don't mean you look weird. I mean, on the inside, you are truly different. You're not someone that has to rep an alien aesthetic to resonate with that frequency. You just are the frequency. So there's that. Okay, we have Freya, the goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. You know, Spirit is saying returning back to a place where, see, the crazy part is I feel like you had like a blackout for a few years where you lived life, but it's like, how did I end up in that situation? It was a lesson, you guys. You're like, how did I end up in that situation? How did that end up happening to me? What the heck happened? This feels like a personal tarot reading, but I'm going to keep it on track because there's so much I could say about you guys personally. I feel the need to want to help you back to that place because some of you now are a bit lost. But we have the cosmic egg and the goddess of light. The goddess of light says we're all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. I'm telling you guys, this is what makes you attractive. You have the ability to show people what they project, but they can't see it themselves, you know? Yeah, and it's very, very powerful. Like I keep feeling this overwhelmed feeling, and it's the feeling that people feel when they're in your presence or when they connect with you. Like they feel so, it's very easy to drown in this energy if you're not a powerful being yourself. And that's why you guys have to be discerning, group one, because you can get hurt giving yourself to people who can't process you. You know, if people aren't of a certain frequency, they're not going to be able to take you. The cosmic egg with the divine feminine itself. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. You guys are an embodiment of the divine feminine. We got the mother and the femme fatale that came out, which is the light and the dark side of the feminine. You guys are literally divine feminine. You know, literally. So yeah, you guys, that is what I have for you. You can hit me up on Etsy in the description below if you want your own private tarot reading, but that is what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, group two with the zebra stone and the Modern Witch Tarot. This is your reading. What makes you attractive? Why do people desire you? What makes you sexy, irresistible, all of that? So let's jump right into it. Spirit for group two with the zebra stone. What makes them sexy? Why do people find themselves attracted to group two? For group two. Oh my God. I am loving the energy today. I am loving the energy because right out the gate, group one got a super contrasting energy as well. And now you guys have a super contrasting energy. They got the femme fatale and the mother that came up right away. You guys have the hero or the heroine and the destroyer. So I am loving this energy. The hero, heroine, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. You're someone that can save people, but you can also absolutely destroy them. And that power that you have in your soul and your spirit, that power that you just have in general, that you don't even have to exercise for people to feel or get it, is something that makes you absolutely irresistible. They can see sunlight in you. They can see a beautiful world that you can create. It's just like you guys have this ability to create a world for them. And at the same time, we have the destroyer. Losing you, oh my God, is something that I'm telling you, people will never, they will never get over. Releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life is the light attribute of the destroyer. Of course, the dark attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Shit. Oh my God. Destroying others' dreams of potential. It's like you show them love, you show them light, you show them possibility, friendship, romantic relationship. You show people what it's really like to be taken care of, what it's really like to be loved and appreciated. But when they piss you off or they don't do that for you, you can absolutely destroy them. And as cheesy as it sounds, literally pulling back your energy and revoking people's access to you, I'm telling you, is enough a lot of the time. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of times it's before you've fully moved on, before people even realize what they really had. So like, say for an example, you get in a friendship with someone and, you love them properly, or a relationship, like the thing that makes relationship, the way that you really show love is you show love by loving someone properly. So like, for an example, if your love language is physical touch, but your partner's love language is quality time, even if that's at the bottom of your list, you're going to go out of your way to give that person your time, because that is what's going to register as love for them. That is what's going to make them happy and feel fulfilled. Whereas other people are just like, no, selfish. And they're like, I loved you with all my heart and soul. But it's like, no, you didn't, because you didn't love me properly. You're the kind of person who truly understands the difference. And because you're so detail oriented, I feel like you guys are an amazing gift giver. I feel like you really pay attention. You really remember things about your friends, people you meet, your romantic partners. Like, what makes them happy. You pay attention. You pay attention not only to what they say, but how they react. Because, a lot of people, they don't want to ask for too much. So, like, sometimes when people say, no, it's fine. I don't want to, I don't want to do anything for my birthday. I don't want to, and then you actually show up and you give them something. And even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, like, it just makes people feel so, like, loved, when you go out of your way to really, tap into their frequency and love them the way that they need to be loved, and show them appreciation, show them that you care for them. It's so genuine and so real. It just feels like I'm seeing a fountain and I'm hearing the water, and it's just like, it's like I'm seeing like pink, blue and white, and it's just like a fountain of just love and adoration. And oh my God, it's so like, it's everything. So that's why I say, like, to lose you is a lot of times enough. And unfortunately, people may go through 6 months, a year without even realizing that they really lost you. Maybe thinking that you would come back. By the time they realize it, though, you're healed, you're moved on, so you won't entertain that anymore. You may experience that too a lot, where it seems like people always come back, like when you don't care anymore. But your love is truly different. It's very strong. So we have the companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. You will sacrifice your comfortability for other people. That is something that makes you attractive, because you're genuinely not selfish. And it's not something that seems to absolutely pain you. Like, when you decide to do something, you do it, and you've already decided that you were gonna do it, so you don't do it like, so for an example, if your friend likes to go to the the club, but you'd rather go see a movie, you're gonna go to the club and you're gonna have an amazing time because you already decided that you were gonna go. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna go and be a drag. If you're gonna do something and commit to something, you commit to it with your full heart. So I feel like people also love to see just one side of you, and that's where you may struggle with relationships, because when you do something, like I said, it's not like you're gonna go to the club, be a drag, you know, so people may think like, see, you're having so much fun, this is what you need. I feel like people have a hard time understanding you because it seems like you genuinely enjoy the things that make you uncomfortable, when really it's just that you're so complex. There's these complexities and depths to you where it's like, no, I've already worked through the layers of uncomfortability and committed to doing this, so that's why it appears that I'm having a good time. I feel like just on a personal level, when it comes to people loving you back, they have a really hard time doing so because you don't let people in. I really don't feel like you let people in. And you're so enigmatic, like they don't understand your complexity. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm like getting lost in your energy. It's very interesting. We have the student, humility and devotion to knowledge, open to lifelong learning. So people love that you consistently kind of transmute yourself. You don't have just one thing that you're interested in. I also feel like you have different contrasting addictions. You got the addiction card at the bottom of the deck, so I just looked at it. You have these contrasting parts of your being. So it's like on one end you may like to play chess, whereas on the other end you may like to sing and do karaoke. That's not the best contrasting example. Think of someone who's really good at math but also someone who's really good at art. That's the best way to explain it. Like, you have these different levels of you and people are like, dude, you're so mutable. Like, you could do anything. You could do anything. You have all these different interests and you seem so limitless that people don't really understand you. Sorry if my voice is shaking, by the way. I'm about to turn up the heat, but I'm like darn near shivering. So let's see what else comes out. Got the Ace of Swords. Ooh, this is chess, not checkers, baby. You guys are very, very, very smart. Queen of Swords. Oh, I see that. Two of Cups. See? But the Empress in reverse. It's very, very, very easy to love you, you know, but not on the level that fulfills you, you know. There's plenty of things about you that make you attractive, plenty of things about you that energetically make you someone that someone would love to be in a relationship with, but I do find that your partners never please you. And once you kind of feel like, you know, I feel like you kind of either self-destruct or you will start to destroy other people once you realize that you're not getting fulfilled. Because it genuinely brings you joy to be a student, to learn about different people's lives and to learn how to help people to experience things. But once you're realizing you're settling down with someone who isn't enough for you, that's when you start to feel used. And I feel like you guys struggle with relationships. The Empress in reverse is like an energy of no one ever truly being good enough for you. And it's not because like, oh, you don't have enough money, or oh, you're not smart enough. It's just like there's a difference in frequency and people just cannot match up to your frequency. And then we have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So you guys definitely have a mean streak. You can be very, very mean. People love that, but you can be very cutthroat and people love that you stand up for yourself, but they also feel very taken aback, you know? When you're a student and a good companion and a hero and you're saving someone and you show them your love, you show them your structure, everything you have to add to the table, but once you, like, the switch flips and you feel like, okay, my work is done here, I've given them everything, you know, I could, time for me to move on, or you're just not interested anymore, that can be the most hurtful. Like, when you pull back your energy from people, it's kind of like being abandoned by your mother, you know, how hurtful that would feel. Like, this is the person that that built me up to be who I am today. They give so much credit to you in terms of what you've done for them and who you are. And then when that gets taken away, it really rocks people's world. Like, they don't know what to do with themselves. They see you totally differently and they're so hurt. But at the end of the day, you're still like mommy or daddy. Like, they still want to just please you and make you happy, but they don't feel like they're enough. We have the Knight of Swords and Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So at the end of the day, you always choose yourself. And that is something that people find very, again, enigmatic. And what I mean by choose yourself is not like, oh, we always have to do what I like to do. It's not on a surface level. It's not like, oh, like I explained in the beginning, it's not the same as I'm going to give you a gift that, you know, is for you. On a deeper level, when it comes to long-term relationships, I feel like you guys have like a 2-year maximum. Unless someone truly is on your same level or someone you cannot live without, 2 years max is the most that they'll get, you know, out of you. And it just makes people think about you for their entire lives, because I feel like you guys really will cut people off. Once you're done, you're D-O-N-E. Like, you do not, you're moving on to the next thing. Oh my God, we got the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the King of Cups. The Knight and the King came up in reverse. So once you're, you know, done with people, you move on to the next thing. And, you know, with that Page of Cups, and it makes people think about you for an eternity. I feel like you guys have this switch that will flip, and there's a whole new level of attraction here with this one. It's like desperation. There's a whole new level of I need you that you see from people once you're done with them. I feel like you don't show your bad side. And when people see it, it's like they have to put some respect to your name. But it's like, I don't want to bring that out. So unfortunately, when people bring that out of you, that's pretty much the last that they'll see of you. You know, you won't let them in. But that's what a lot of people feel like they need to see so that they can respect someone. And I feel like you guys have this opinion like, why do I have to show you the worst of me just for you to respect me? You know what I mean? So it gets to the place where in your mind, it's like things have gone too far. You've released the demon. I gotta move on. And people don't get that. So they have this whole nother level of respect for you. And I feel like it's like, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Like, once you really make up your mind, you're not going to deal with someone anymore. It's just like, you really make up your mind and you really don't. And it's crazy. Like, people, ooh, we got Lilith. The first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. You guys, I'm telling you, you have like either a mean streak or just like this cutthroat energy about you where you're like, even if it brings me pain, I will cut you off just for the sake of it. And if you know the story of Lilith, Lilith was apparently the first woman of the Bible before Eve. And the story behind it is that Lilith didn't want to lie on her back to get penetrated by Adam. Lilith wanted to ride Adam, and she wanted to procreate that way by being someone who's equal, not someone, she didn't want a man on top of her. That's the story. You can look into it. There's this whole, there's all sorts of like super interesting Lilith theories and connections. Some really cool ones, saying Lilith repopulated the earth with Cain. Like, you gotta get into it. It's very interesting and very cool. But yeah, Lilith, the first woman, you know, the woman who decides for herself. I feel like, you know, you're very misunderstood because people take you as weak until they don't take you as weak, because you get the hell on with your energy and you pull your energy back from people to where they have nothing. They're absolutely destroyed, desolate. It's a wasteland. And it's like you're leaving and looking back like, you see, you should have just sat and ate your food. You should have just, you know, gotten what I was willing to give you. You should have just allowed yourself to receive. But no, you wanted more. You wanted control of me. And I will not be controlled. And I hope you guys are following. Again, I feel like for those who resonate with this, like this is definitely your pile, because there's so many complexities to your energy that, you know, it can be hard to understand. Let's see. We have Khadijah, the mother of the believers. This one says, I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So you guys are very independent. You definitely keep your own counsel. And that's another thing that people don't really love about you. It's like, regardless of what people think about you, you will still go and live life the way that you want to live your life. You know, and people hate that they can't control you mentally. I feel like people can have control over your body, and at the end of the day, it's like, I choose to give myself to you. I genuinely enjoy intimacy, so I'm giving that to you. And even though you feel like, and that's another thing that completely destroys people and strips the illusion, because people think that you're really out here like demonetized, like you're really dignitized, or you're really controlled, you know, by intimacy, whatever it is that you're into. Like, people think that they really control you that way, and you allow them to believe that, because at the end of the day, you enjoy yourself. But once you're not enjoying anymore and you pull yourself back, the illusion is completely stripped, and people are realizing, shit, I never had control over you. They never did. You chose to engage in something that you liked and that, you know, benefited you at the time. But eventually you'll move on, and, you know, like, again, it's just like the illusion is stripped. We have Isis and Odin. Isis with magic manifesting, and Odin with psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. You guys, I feel like you can see in different dimensions. You can astral travel. That may be something you want to really work on. The easiest way is honestly just to listen to crown chakra opening music, third eye chakra opening music as you're sleeping, because that's just kind of like a no-brainer, no effort type of thing. Also solar plexus. If you want to learn more about yourself and your power, I would definitely recommend unlocking your solar plexus, because you guys are very, very powerful. And I feel like this lifetime for you is going to be about finding that power and channeling that power and harnessing that power. But there's a lot of, this is a very tricky earthly plane, because there's so many people here with these different purposes that, you know, there's a few things that kind of make sense for me. Everything always boils down to the solar plexus and learning yourself, regardless of how you can make a physical manifestation of your purpose appear. The number one thing that can apply to every single person is just to figure out who you are, you know. But there's so many things that could be your purpose, and purpose changes through time, that it can be hard. But I feel like that's, you know, a huge part of your purpose, just really tapping into your energy and learning how to use it and channel it and understand yourself. We have Isis with magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. You guys have such a higher purpose. Such a higher purpose. Definitely a very otherworldly energy to you. We have Green Tara with Supreme Protection. This one says, you are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. So I feel like you've dealt with people, specifically romantic partners, that have tried to control you. With this Empress in reverse, there is literally no reason we should have the Empress in reverse coming out with the Two of Cups. That's just wrong. That lets me know that there's a divine feminine, or the divine feminine aspect of yourself is being ignored, is being overlooked. And people, you may not know what you're doing, but you get into the wrong hands of someone, they will program you to be their cheerleader for life, and they will convince you that that is your purpose, and they will get everything they want and then still treat you bad. They will use you as a support system to pursue their dreams, because you're so powerful. yet, you know, you'll end up with kind of nothing or just unsatisfied. And I feel like people have agreed to take you on only if they can control you. But you guys are, you know, the embodiment of Lilith energy, someone who cannot be controlled. You can't control dark matter. Project CERN is still trying to this day to find it, and they cannot, because it cannot be controlled, it cannot be harnessed. So you guys are very interesting. You know, obviously you're manifested in a body to be watching this video at this time, but you're so much more than that. And I feel like you struggle in this lifetime with people, you know, using you and programming you for their own will, whereas you are really to be worshipped like Isis. So yeah, that's what I have for you. That's what makes you attractive, you guys. Very interesting and complex energy. I don't even know how to wrap this one up, but you guys know you've experienced this, so I'm sure, you know, and that's what I was saying, you know, it's part of your process to figure that out and to channel that energy and harness it and take it as far as it can go. So yeah, you can hit me up on Etsy if you want a private tarot reading, but that's what I have for you guys today. I'll talk to you later. All right, group 3, if you chose Sodalite, this is your reading. What makes you attractive, desirable, irresistible, sexy? Why do people fall for you, want you, like you? We're gonna get into that today. So let's see what we get. Spirit for group 3 with the Sodalite. What makes them attractive and irresistible? What makes them sexy? I'm immediately hearing wild card. You guys really keep your own counsel. You really are your own person. Yeah. You guys are the kind of person who will make friends with the quiet person. You will make friends with the person that not a lot of people respect, or not a lot of people will slow down and take the initiative to understand. Like, one thing about you, you will really make friends with anyone, everyone. It's like you won't isolate people or be a mean girl, be a mean guy, you know, to people for who they are. Like, you accept them for who they are. You don't try to ooh, we got the Saboteur. This one says highlights your fear of self-empowerment and changes it and the changes it would bring into your life. So you guys highlight the power or the energy in other people that they can't see within themselves. You know, a lot of people fear themselves. They fear their own power. But with the Saboteur, it's like it says highlight your fear of self-empowerment. People, you will show people how they're afraid of their own self. I feel like you guys understand light and dark energy very, very well as well. I feel like you guys have been through a lot, and you've been the bad guy in a lot of scenarios, but you know it was for the best of everyone involved, or it was the best for the situation at hand. Not a lot of people can understand that. So you show people, like, listen, being the bad guy isn't always bad, and also being bad can be very fun. I feel like you guys are very liberating. We have the Gambler. You're willing to take risk. I feel like this manifests in the way you dressed and the things that you say. I feel like your sense of humor, like you say the things that people really don't want to say. And also in relationships, I feel like you guys are very emotionally intelligent, because you don't feel like it's all about just being supportive and being good. I was watching a video the other day, and this girl was taking this this health challenge, and she was doing like this really intense workout every day. And there was this clip in the middle of the video, and her husband was talking to her, and she was like, I want to quit, I'm not doing it today. And you know, he's giving her a little pep talk, and she's like, I hate you. I really hate you right now. And he's like, I don't need you to love me. I just need you to get up and do this workout today because that's what you committed to do. That's the energy that you guys have. It's like, you can hate me, but I'm going to make sure you give yourself excellence and you will be the bad guy. So not everyone understands that. You know, there's a level of emotional intelligence required to be willing to be hurt, to see someone fully, you know, embody the fullest version of themselves, or to see them win. This is very interesting. You guys would be, I don't want to say perfect, but you guys would be really the type of person to date someone famous and to understand the complexities of having to share your person. You know what I mean? There's so many people out there who want to date famous people, but it's like that person is sharing themselves with the world. So you have to be a very emotionally intelligent and strong person to be with someone famous. You can't be a jealous person. You can't be a weak person. It's not gonna work. Which is why a lot of, you know, famous people struggle in love and they just choose to be single for as long as they possibly can, because they, like, when you love someone, you don't want to see them go through that. You don't want to see them jealous. You don't want to see them hurt. You know what I mean? So anyways, with this gambler, you guys, that's what we originally started to talk about. You guys are willing to take risks and you guys are willing to experience pain and pleasure. It's a very interesting contrast. We have the Advocate. Like I said, you'll you know, be friends with the quiet person. You'll stand up for people when, you know, they're being mistreated. When something is wrong, you'll say something. Inspires you to put compassion into action is what it says. So like when you see someone, you know, that people aren't treating well, when you see someone who is, who people are being mean to, or people aren't taking seriously, you will be the person who goes against the grain and you will say, this is wrong, you know? So we have the Knight. I feel a very protective energy. You guys may be the mother or the father or the friend group, or just the protector, like the person where when stuff is about to go down, they call on you because you're willing to throw hands, whether it's with your words or whether it's physically. Listen, you're loyal, you're down, what's good, like type of energy. So loyalty, romance, and chivalry. I love of honor. Wow. So we can't ignore that romantic element here. I feel like this is the first card that specifically hinted towards something romantic. Something very attractive about you is you show people a higher quality, not watered down version of love. You're willing to make yourself completely vulnerable time and time and time again if it means that you will get to experience real love. I mean, if it's not real, I don't feel like you guys are going for it. Like, I don't feel like a surface level love would be able to satisfy you. We have the Samaritan. The light attribute of this one refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. That goes back to the Advocate. Like, even though it may mean that there's going to be conflict or confrontation, you are willing to put yourself in that position if it means, you know, doing what's right. You're a person of integrity, a person of good character, the type of person that you want to see in a wife and a husband. The number one thing to look for that not a lot of us look for is a sense of character. Does this person have good character? Meaning, when it is uncomfortable, does this person keep pushing? Whether that's, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to cook dinner, let's just be unhealthy and screw our health goals and go out to eat. Whether it's, you know, I just want to be lazy today, so I'm going to treat my partner like crap. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to doing things that are uncomfortable, you stand up for that and you do it because you have a strong sense of character, a strong sense of integrity. You hold yourself to a higher standard. King of Wands, Nine of Cups in reverse. This is what I was talking about before when I was talking about you guys will allow people's inner demons shadow to live. I feel like emotion doesn't scare you. If someone's angry, you can let them be angry. If someone's sad, you can let them be sad. I feel like you'll give them a pep talk when you're ready, but you allow people's emotion to live. You don't expect someone to act like a gesture and just be a happy clown all the time. If you're having a bad day, you can have a bad day, and I feel like you don't internalize it. For some of you, that's something that's going to come with time and experience, because that's something that has to be developed through time and experience. Whenever you're like a baby into this world, you come into this world with a slap on the bum. You know, anytime there's something new or different that happens, it can be jarring. So if you're someone who you're like, yeah, I don't fully embody that yet, it'll come with time. But that's how you build character, by being uncomfortable. And yeah, you guys, like, I feel like you don't shy away from the uncomfortable. You don't shy away from emotion. If someone is angry, it's like, yell, do whatever you need to do. But I feel like you're very solution oriented. Like, okay, but after this, after you experience this feeling, we're going to build from here. But Nine of Cups in reverse, people love that they can be, exactly, King of Wands in reverse, but we got the Queen of Wands upright. So that's an energy of, first of all, people feel like a true pair when they're with you. They feel like you're the perfect partner. But Queen of Wands brings in that feminine element to the fiery masculine energy of the Suit of Wands. Suit of Wands is fire energy, it's masculine energy. And the Queen of Wands brings that gentle flame to it, where it's like, I will allow you to be yourself in all forms. I don't need you to be happy for me all the time, but I feel like you guys do require excellence. So, very interesting contrast with you. Let's see what else we get. Four of Wands. Exactly what I was talking about before, but Eight of Cups. You will walk away if you need to. But I feel like you guys are like seriously marriage material. And like I said, I keep going back. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but you're like the perfect kind of person that can be with, you know, someone who's famous. It's a huge responsibility, you know? It's a huge responsibility. Because say your person is a singer, an entertainer, say you're, you know, married to, I don't know, Post Malone. I don't know why that came in my head, but if you've seen Post Malone's performances, some of them are very intense, and he always has to come out and say like, you guys, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Because like, you can see his performances and his heart and soul that he puts into them, and it can make you worry. You know what I mean? So to be like the girlfriend of someone like that, it's like when your partner is going through it, you understand that now they're responsible for thousands of people. You know what I mean? There's albums that have gotten me through personally the worst times in my life, and without those albums, I don't know what I would have done. Not specifically a Post Malone, but I'm just saying, you know, so even when your person is going through it, to be that person that can say you still have to push, even though this is someone you love who you don't want to see hurt, that takes a high level of emotional responsibility. And you guys have that. It's something that just keeps coming up. I feel like you guys may be interested or feeling called to someone who's famous or something like that, or you may just really resonate with famous people and understand them. Like, okay, paparazzi wants to make you seem like you're a horrible person, but imagine you're just trying to go to the grocery store and you're in a shit mood and you got cameras all in your face. Wouldn't that piss you off? And then imagine how then it would feel for everyone in the world to think you're a horrible person just because you didn't want cameras in your face when you were having a bad day or just wanting to run to the store. How inhumane, you know? It's got to feel like you're an animal in the freaking zoo just being watched, or just here to entertain people. And it's like, I'm a whole soul in this body. I'm not just your void filler. So it's very complex. And I feel like you guys understand those complexities. So what I can say is, if you want to be famous yourself, I do feel like you're emotionally complex enough to understand the different elements of fame and what it truly requires. So anyways, Four of Wands, that is marriage energy in the tarot. And I feel like it's just the perfect duo. I love this one because this is like the Devil Wears Prada. This is the Fashion Tarot by King of Aloha Tarot here on YouTube. He links all of his decks that he makes. He links the website and all of his videos. But this is like a play on The Devil Wears Prada, which is so interesting because it is a marriage. It takes a huge sacrifice. You know, if you watch the movie, her romantic relationship suffered because of her relationship with her boss, a relationship at her work. So anyways, I just love these cards. But we have the Eight of Cups. You know, you're the person that would be marriage material, but I feel like that keeps you from actually entering a serious relationship a lot of times, because people see you and it's like they feel like they have to offer you excellence, you know. And if they don't feel like they can offer you excellence, it can make them feel kind of like, you know what, I'm not good enough for this. So there's a very interesting contrast here with you guys. We got the Two of Swords and the Knight of Coins in reverse. I don't feel like you guys are very materialistic, although I do feel like you like nice things. I don't feel like you're materialistic in the sense that you're just an over consumer. I feel like you love high quality items. People just feel like there's a level, excellence really is the word that keeps coming up. There's a level of excellence that comes with you guys. You require the best out of people, but it's not about always being happy. And that's the interesting thing, you know? When people think, I want to be the best version of myself, they oftentimes don't think of like their shadow being able to live. They don't think about being impulsive. They don't think about doing things that may be dangerous or fun. They don't think about like living life in all forms. They think about, okay, I'm a good person. I'm nice. I offer the world something. I'm helping heal the world. But they don't also think about like, I was just thinking about this yesterday, Scorpion, the album by Drake. There's 2 songs out there that in the album that got me through one of the worst breakups I've ever experienced. And if you listen to Can't Take a Joke, that was #1, and then Mob Ties was #2 that I was listening to. If you listen to Can't Take a Joke, it's such a dark song. Like, it's such a dark song, but it gave me a space where I could live out the worst version of myself. And for that, I'm thankful. Because guess what? Harry Styles wasn't gonna make me not wanna, you know what I mean? Like, not wanna like really pull up to my ex's house, skirts, and show them who I am. The Harry Styles, I don't know why I'm thinking of freaking Lizzie McGuire, but the Love and Light was not gonna work. It does not work. You need to fully embody all parts of yourself. And you're someone who understands that. So I just love this energy because it's something you do not see very often. Like, people don't allow their shadows to live because they think it's bad, but you guys do. And it's so rare to find someone where it's like you don't have to put on a happy face, or you don't have to put on a fake front of who you are. You can just be yourself you can be a little shit if you're a little shit. You know what I mean? And you know, you don't like you don't limit people to feeling like they always have to be just one kind of way. We have Sappho with the Poetess, and then we have Khadijah, the Mother of Believers. The Poetess, I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Oh, I freaking love that. You guys are an advocate for women. Even if you're a masculine, you're an advocate for your mother, an advocate for your sisters, you know, your female friends. You're there for them. You do your best to understand them. And if you're a woman, you're likely a girl's girl. Now, the thing about that is, even though you can be friends with women, not everyone is like this. There are women out there, feminines out there, who are catty, who are mean, whatever, and I don't feel like you're gonna put up with anyone's BS, but I do feel like you respect women. You don't compete with women for the purpose of pleasing men or masculines. Like, you're someone who fully understands women and allows them to be themselves. I feel like powerful women inspire you as well. And then we have the Khadijah, the Mother of Believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So you're someone who will really do this earth thing alone if you have to. You're not going to deal with just foolery. I feel like you can accept people for when they have a moment, but beyond that, you are about consistently bettering yourself and being a better version of yourself. And I feel like people just don't have the strength and character that you do. And that's why it makes it so attractive. That's why it makes you so attractive, because you have such a strong sense of self that is unshakable, that even though people would love to manipulate you so that they can use you in whatever way would be best for them, they have no choice but to respect you. Because one thing that people cannot say about you is that you're fake. You're solid. You have a strong sense of self, a strong sense of character, a strong sense of integrity, and you are who you are. And people love that. As much as people want to put you down for being whatever kind of way, like, they admire that you're brave enough to do it though. You know what I mean? And you love every inch of your body. So you're someone who embraces the male form or the female form in all sorts of body types. I love your energy. It's so rare though, I gotta say. It really is so rare. Okay, so we have Lady Venus and Kathumi. Cloak of Wisdom, you already know the answers you seek. Trust what you know. I feel like you guys are having a period of psychic downloads and activation right now. So if you feel like you're in a fog or out of sorts, your life is going to change within the next, it's kind of a big time frame. I want to say 3 to 9 months. It's going to be slower for some of you because it just started. But some of you are about done with that and you're about to level up. I feel like you're going to be able to astral travel. You're going to start to get some like crazy opportunities that you didn't even really apply for. And it's just because like spiritually, you do a lot. You do a lot spiritually and you don't even know. Like the things that hurt you are actually the things that got you further and got you respect in the ethers and in other dimensions. So there's some beings outside of this 3D experience that are going to level up your life because of the things that you don't even process as good or process as things that have really helped the collective that has. So trusting is important for you at this time. But we have Lady Venus with downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. You do a lot of work in other dimensions, but with downloads and understanding, like it said, truth is being revealed. So you're someone who like really sees like in order to truly be free, you have to embrace all parts of yourself. You know, people are so focused on just being good. Dude, I'm telling you, there are beings out there who don't care. They don't care. They do not care about us. And they will use us, and they have used us for years and generations. It's time to wake up and to fully embrace yourself, you know, and I feel like you guys do that. So we have Freya with phases and cycles. You guys, this is just a cycle. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So I feel like you guys may have tried to really help the collective and help people see like the good in them, but now your purpose is changing. I'll just leave it at that. Master Jesus with forgiveness. You're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. I feel like some people really kind of made you want to embody only the darker side of yourself because of the bite back that you got from people that you tried to help. But you're evolving. That's a part of your purpose, and Spirit is basically saying keep going. And then we have faith with humanity and benevolence. This one says stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. I feel like you guys see the light and the darkness. You're continuing to evolve. That's what makes you attractive. People are so awestruck by you. You're an enigma, someone who people can't fully understand because really you are otherworldly to a degree, but you're also the awakener, someone who can completely release people and accept people for who they truly are, and that's something you just don't see nowadays. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. You can hit me up on Etsy. It's always in the description of every one of my videos if you want a private tarot reading. But that is what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the Apatite Stone, this is your reading. What makes you attractive? Why do people want you? What makes you irresistible, sexy, desirable? What do people like about you? All of that. So let's jump right in. Spirit, this is for group 4 with Apatite. What makes them desirable? Why do people fall for them? For group 4. Oh, we got the Lover and the God. Oh my God. All of these piles today have been so freaking trippy. And I can already feel your pile is very different. And it's funny because the tarot deck we're using for you guys today is the Tarot of the Divine. So there's definitely this etheric value. Ooh, there's an etheric value to this pile. Let's see. Anything else for them? Spirit, anything else? Okay, I'm hearing this one. All right, let's get right into it. Let's start with the Lover. What makes you attractive? Why do people desire you? Why do people find themselves attracted to you, wanting you? Well, something coming up really clear right out the gate is, and it's not just about the fact that you love unconditionally. It's more of an energy from what I'm feeling that you love people the way that they want to be loved. You're very specific and intentional with your love. So like for an example, say your love language is acts of service, but you're dating someone and their love language is words of affirmation. You will tell them everything that they're doing great, even though you would rather someone show you they care about you through their action. You will love someone the way that they need, the way that they desire to be loved. And that makes your love so unique and special and different, because a lot of people think they're like these super deep lovers when really it's, you know, they're a bit more on the selfish side. So that love definitely makes you very special. So we have great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of something or someone. So you have the ability to see things and other people that they don't see for themselves. It's like, you know, people see themselves as very limited, very much so boxed in. And you will just absolutely show people that you're not as limited and boxed in as you think, or there's a way that we can get out of this. You're very much so a we can get through this kind of person. Not selfish in the sense that you're going to do what's best for you. Also, if someone's going through like a hard patch in their life, you're not going to abandon them like, you're not fun anymore. I'm going to dip to the next person who will give me something more exciting. Like, you're really loyal. So then we have the Guide, which came out last. This one says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So you're someone who is very spiritual in the sense that people typically have a spiritual awakening after they are with you or when they are with you. Now, this can cause some tension. This can cause some relationships to be a bit complicated, or, you know, this could, see, the thing is about the guides though, our guides are literally here to guide. So I feel like you have the ability to accept people as they are, even if they resist your love. It's like your love for them doesn't change. You may move yourself out of the way so that someone can't hurt you, but you're not going to abandon someone, you know, just because they don't see what you see. So with that guide energy, it's like you have a uncapped sympathy for people, and even when they're getting in their own way, you still have this love and sympathy for them. Like, you know, they don't know, or they're a babe, you know, they haven't lived many lives here. Like, I feel like you can kind of see through people. We have the God. Very, very powerful God quality to you guys. First of all, it just keeps coming through in so many different cards. There's definitely this energy of this otherworldly kind of love energy you hold. It's like you're really not from here. Dang it, what was I just hearing? I don't know all the star systems. I just heard one of them. Now I'm hearing Arcturian, but that's not what I heard before. It was what are those beings? Hopefully it'll come to me later. I was just hearing someone's but you may know already. You know, if you resonate with any star families, you may know. Lyrian, that's what it was. Okay, so we have the God, light attributes, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. There's definitely this otherworldly quality to you guys. Lyrian, Lyria, you may come from Lyria, you may be Lyrian, that kind of thing. There's definitely this heavy spiritual, kind and loving aspect to you. It's like your love is so pure. And people may say that to you. You may be like, no, I can get down with the rest of them. I can get down and dirty just like anyone else. I'm not perfect. And people just see you as, perfect and kind of all knowing. It's like they literally come to you when they have problems. People may use you as an altar. Like they may use you to, they may do something nice for you so that they can kind of please God in a way. It's very weird energy. Like they really treat you like a god or a goddess, or that's how people look at you. They look at someone to be respected. They look at you and some people who are, not very far in their spiritual journey, they may kind of lash out, you know what I mean? Like when something bad happens, to you in your life, or if your life isn't how you want it to be, a lot of people will turn on God. Like, why would Spirit allow me to go through this? And, they don't understand. And it's just kind of like, we have free will. And the truth is this universe isn't perfect. So it's not realistic that you'll live a perfect life. God can't protect you from everyone down here, considering there's things you have to learn, and we do have free will. So I feel like you guys, people may kind of lash out on you if they feel like they can't amount to your expectations. But the crazy thing is, I don't feel like your expectations are crazy high or like untouchable. I just feel like that's how people perceive you, as perfect. So it's kind of like people either really love you and respect you, or they may lash out on you because of the energy you hold and the power you seem to hold. So we have the Artist, this one, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. That's literally the energy I was getting before when I was like, there's this etheric quality about you guys. There's this otherworldly quality about you. And it's kind of hard to put your finger on, because it's like, how do you explain this? It really is something outside of the five dimensions, because as powerful as love is, and as powerful as love can be, love to me doesn't feel like a strong enough word to use to describe the energy that you guys hold. So here's the Thief. Ooh, what's this about? Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. The shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers that you think you lack. So it's funny, I saw a TikTok like months and months and months ago, and it was like, if you see a quality that you like in someone else, you can just take it, right? And a lot of people, like, there's like whole organizations based on stealing the wealth of, really wealthy people in a magical kind of way. You can steal people's wealth, their personality, their essence, their energy. If they're not aware and they're not spiritually hip, you can take people's energy. You can take people's money in a spiritual, magical way, if you know about that kind of magic. So you may be the kind of person where it's like, it's like your evil eye actually works, though. You know what I mean? And it even transcends the protection that people may put on themselves. So honestly, it's kind of just very matter of fact too. There's a lot of people there that'll be like, my guides don't play about me, but your guides really don't play about you. And to a degree, it's like there's this whole subconscious version of you that you can feel kind of taking over this body from time to time. This is going to resonate with who it resonates with, because this is like a really weird concept channel coming through. But it's like there's this version of you that kind of lives this parallel life to you that you can feel and harness. I'm hearing her. It's like, maybe it's like, if you've ever seen Queen of the Dam, it's kind of like that Akasha element, Her name was Akasha in the movie because she represents Akasha, which is essentially dark matter. There's this version of you that carries out your will, and it's like you're connected to her, you can feel her, but you haven't fully harnessed her. Probably for your own protection, probably because you don't want to you want to find some sort of middle ground. Again, that's a message for those of you who it 1000% resonates with. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it. But there's this, it's almost like it's not your guides doing it. It is you, but a different version of you. So like when you walk out of someone's life, you just know it's going to go to shit. Like there was this guy that I was talking to romantically, and he did some really messed up stuff to me, like I say for no reason. Truthfully, it's probably because I had weak boundaries, but because I probably could have stopped that beforehand, but I'm a Cancer, so I tend to be more. But anyways, once I was like, enough is enough, I'm not talking to this guy anymore. $7,000. Someone stole $7,000 from him because he kept it in a backpack in his room, which was his fault. But and then there was this little accident, car accident that he got in, and then his girlfriend passed out at work. It was just a whole thing. And the girl, this is like tea, but the girl had been talking a bunch of crap about me, and they would make fun of the fact that I'm spiritual, that I, you know, read tarot and whatever. So she kind of implicated herself. Like, I didn't have an issue. Like, the way he ended things was really wrong, but the fact that he wanted to be with someone else didn't bother me. You know, we have free will. I don't feel ownership over any person. And that's something I've worked hard to get to. I specifically, personally don't want to feel like someone has to be with me or that I have to own someone, just like I wouldn't want someone to do the same to me. But baby passed out. She fell at work, hit her head, got in a car crash, and I'm talking like all in a span of 2 weeks from the time we stopped talking. So there's this energy, and I hold this energy too. I resonate with this energy so hard. I know exactly what it is you're talking about. And man, when you channel that energy, that can be very powerful, you guys. You really want to be careful with that, because that can really be a very destructive force. But I feel like you guys have that, and it's crazy because you have the Empress, which is the embodiment of the divine feminine. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you can still have this energy, by the way. But it's like you guys are a full embodiment of the divine feminine. And if you know tarot, you know all the queens in the tarot decks: Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, who are we forgetting? Queen of Pentacles. You know, the thing is, some of these qualities, like, you know, the Queen of Pentacles would be like a Rihanna, someone who loves money, luxury, wealth, stimulation, sex, that kind of thing. You know, even some more shadowy elements. The Queen of Swords, she is no one to play with. The Queen of Wands can cut you off, can be very mean and brutal. Queen of Cups is a being of love, but she pulls back her love, and it can be very hurtful. That's the thing about the Empress. The Empress isn't just like, oh, some love and light, divine. You know, if channeled in a negative way, it can be very hurtful. So I feel like you guys have this thing about you where it's like, you can build people up, but you can absolutely destroy them, and you don't even have to consciously try. It's kind of like a parallel version of yourself that is also living and moving in this 3D plane. You know what I mean? So very interesting, but I'm gonna get off of that. We have the Four of Wands and the Five of Coins. So when people are with you, they feel like on top of the world. They feel like they have everything. But when they're not with you, Five of Pentacles, they feel like they have nothing. They feel left out in the cold. They feel helpless, hopeless. They feel sad, disturbed, dark, like no one loves them. Like, your love is really something special and something to be you know, like mindful of. Like, you know, hold back your love just for the sake of, like, you know, you guys, I was just telling this to group 2, I believe, too, but you're the kind of people who, I think a part of your journey here is to learn not to give everyone your love as well. Because if you see someone that you know, like, doesn't have what you need, it's kind of unfair to know that they won't be able to fulfill you, but to still allow yourself to engage with them. You got to kind of gatekeep yourself. You got to kind of be really disciplined, because, you know, someone who, like, you can just tell, like, if they're going to disappoint you. And it's not like something to do with like money or status or like that kind of thing. You guys have everything you need. You naturally attract money, wealth, opportunity, etc. When you're functioning at your highest energy here. But it's just like, you know, that's something you may have to learn, because to take that away from someone, to give them everything, it's like taking an orphan from an orphanage, giving them the luxurious, you know, life of wealth and riches and never having to worry about, you know, being hungry and having enough. And then they throw a tantrum like someone who has trauma from being in foster care or an orphanage, and you send them back. You get what I'm saying? So that's something you guys are going to want to be mindful of. You're going to have to learn through experience, because that can be so damaging to people. Seriously. You have so much power. Seven of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. I also feel like when you were younger, you may have been sleeping with someone or involved with someone romantically who was older than you, who was stealing your energy, your essence, your purity, before you were aware that you had it. And that's going to be a trip once you really start to face those demons. That's going to be a trip. You may, listen, I know what the dark feminine looks like manifested, so listen, they shouldn't have did it. I don't know. They just got to learn. But yeah, Seven of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. Another reason why people are so attracted to you is because it seems like you attract things to you effortlessly. People like to have you in their corner because you seem lucky. You're the kind of person that someone would want to bring with them to the casino as their good luck charm. You know, people want to also like kind of wine and dine you. I think you just need to be around good people because I can feel the pushback energetically. For some of you who are going to be watching this, I can feel the pushback and it's like, I don't have that. I don't have that. This is something that you're going to have to uncover. Also, for some of you, this is not going to be revealed until a certain time where you can use this energy, because the thing about being so powerful and able to manifest something is if you have a higher purpose, especially if you've always felt special, like the black sheep, where you always felt like you had a higher purpose, to have all of this power but have nowhere to channel it can just cause a bunch of chaos, you know what I mean? And can just like, you unawakened with all this power, you've always been this person, but unawakened, that can be, you know, you just overindulging or getting yourself into a lot of trouble, just kind of being lost in the sauce, you know. I'm happy you're still here. Because I feel like you guys, when you were younger, or you may be getting out of a phase where you've been kind of asleep, but you've had all of this power, so a lot has happened. But that's going to come later for some of you. It's going to come later or at the right time. King of Cups keeps staying at the bottom of the deck. So that must be significant for someone. We got the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Love is coming. The person who can handle your love. That's a message for some of you who just want to know, because that's likely something on your mind with that showing up time and time again. Also, you're going to learn how to love yourself properly, and your energy is going to balance soon as well, if that's something you've been focusing on. Like, okay, your nurturing and feminine side, but also your side where you're protective of yourself, where you are clear-headed, where you understand love and people and the way that works, and you protect yourself. So I see you balancing very soon. But we have the Fool card and the Hangman in reverse. So there's an energy of new beginnings, and also an energy of never giving up with you guys. It's just a very lucky energy. It's like your luck coupled with your determination is a very, very, very powerful force. You guys are so, so powerful, and people are so attracted to that. It's like demigod energy. It's like you're a literal god or goddess. It's like you're incarnated Akasha, and incarnated, you know, like the mother, you know, the mother that they leave out of the religious books. You know, you can't just create without the creative force. So there's definitely an energy here with you guys where you are the mother and the father. Very, very powerful energy, the god and the goddess. All right, so we have the Moon in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. Clarity is coming, but your path is changing. You're transitioning. Three of Cups in reverse lets me know there's kind of a change here. It's probably honestly better just to cut people off and go through like a solo 2-year period. You know, if that's something that you're wondering, because I feel like you don't resonate with people anymore as much. Fun to you is just different. It's not that you don't like to go out, you don't like to have fun, but it's just like, I don't see you resonating with the places you've been. I feel like you guys are going to want to take a move. You're going to want to like physically move or hibernate for a couple of years, let people fall off, and allow your new tribe to be attracted to you. But you do have to commit to your full transition if you want to meet your new tribe, is what I'm hearing. We have Maya Bago, the warrior saint. I'm a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. Exactly. Your commitment to the journey, your commitment to spirituality, your commitment to your spiritual being in itself attracts everything to you that you ever needed. So if you find yourself heavily in your masculine energy, it may be time to reconnect to that feminine aspect of yourself, which for some of you, I do feel like left the chat in the first place because of that one specific download I got about some of you at a younger age being taken advantage of by older masculines. Reconnecting to that version of yourself, and then now because I feel like there's this energy of you guys have been hitting a wall with manifesting because you've been working, manifesting, and it's just a little bit of like a misuse of the divine feminine. You know, you don't want to tire her out. You also want to give to her and also just balance the masculine and feminine energy. So not creating, trying to manifest without reconnecting to that force. And I feel like that's where you guys are in your journey. You're in a point in your journey where you're reconnecting to that force and embracing her instead of blaming her for the things that you've been through, because really it was other people taking advantage because they were aware of her. And, you know, I feel like there was like a younger, more carefree version of yourself that you're reconnecting to, but now that you're awake, you'll be able to channel that energy so where it won't be destructive to like your future. So you won't be, you know, overindulging or indulging in the right, you know, at the wrong time, not in the right environment. I see fun for you guys in the future, but like curated fun, you know? So like, for an example, going back to that like good luck charm energy, say, you know, going to the casino is something that you like to do. Well, instead of going every weekend or every day and gambling your money away like maybe you have in the past, this would be like an energy of you being coupled up with your King of Cups, you know, your divine masculine, or, you know, your divine partner, and you guys like, you know, going on a vacation once a year, but you go all out. You go to Vegas, you get a beautiful room, you know, big room, drinks flowing, good food, and that's how you let that live. That's what your future is going to look like. And not specifically at the casino, of course, but just like curated, more like better fun, like more organized chaos. Allowing your shadow to live at the appropriate time in the appropriate place with people around you who genuinely care for you and won't let you do too much or go too far. So there's kind of like this whole reconnection aspect, and I'm so glad to be able to give this message to you because, you know, we're just tapping into, okay, what makes you attractive? You know, kind of lighthearted and fun reading, but I feel like I got so much more. And I feel a healing element to this reading because it validates what a lot of you have always felt, and also, you know, can help you see that it's not all bad, you know, help connect the dots. I feel very grateful. So we have the Goddess of Light and the Lady of the Lotus born. We're all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light and embodiment in the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So I do feel like you guys may be very powerful in terms of like sex magic and intimacy magic, that kind of thing. But also I feel like you have the ability to connect with anyone no matter where they're at. And again, that just has to be channeled so you don't end up hurt. Because you don't want to give yourself to someone, because you have the ability to resonate with anyone. Like, I really feel like you're an embodiment of the dark feminine or the divine feminine, where it's like, you know, the light, but also the dark, the lover, but also the destroyer. Someone who can take all of that away. So it's just such an interesting contrast, but yeah, you guys, yeah, this is a journey. Like, we could go on for another 20 minutes just really getting into this energy, but I'm gonna leave it here since we already kind of got so far into it. That's what I have for you guys. You can hit me up on Etsy. It's always in the description of every video if you want a private tarot reading, but that is what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon.